Hello everyone. On behalf of AVM's Karamveer Bhaurav Patil Degree College, Thane, I, Assistant Professor Pooja Tiwari, welcomes you all virtually for celebrating 75 years of independence. The topic which we are going to present today is women entrepreneurship. This presentation is presented by Mitali Ghadigaonkar of TY BAP, Pooja Valmiki of TY BAP, Sumit Shahu of SY BAP, Janvi Surve from SY BAP, and myself, Assistant Professor Pooja Tiwari. So, when we talk about women, earlier the life of women was restricted to four pillars of their house only. But now, in this 21st century, the scenario has been changed totally. Women are playing active role in various fields such as sports, education, politics. Even we have many live examples like P.V. Sindhu, Indira Gandhi, Mary Kom, Mother Teresa, Savitribai Phule. They all are inspiration for all the women out there. In this presentation, we are going to talk about the contribution made by the women, the challenges faced by the women, and what all the different qualities are required to become an entrepreneur. Now, I would request Mitali Ghadigaonkar from TY BAP to please continue the further presentation.
Entrepreneur is a process of creating a new firm with the aim of earning profit. Woman entrepreneur is a process in which women initiated a business, gather all the resources, undertake risks, face challenge, provide employment to others, and manage the business independently. Approximately one-third of entrepreneurs in the world are a woman entrepreneur. According to definition given by Government of India, a woman entrepreneur is defined as an entrepreneur owned and controlled by women having minimum financial interest of 51% of capital and giving at least 51% employment generated to women. Second is quality of woman entrepreneur. First point is positive attitude. There is no energy that can mimic what realized when a positive, high-stepping woman enters a room. A positive attitude is a fuel needed to drive us from idea conception to realization. To help you to stay positive, surround yourself with the people you encourage and inspire and believe in you. If you have a positive attitude, you are able to see the potential that lies within you. Second point is vision. The female entrepreneur is a big picture person. She can see her successful business, what it look like with all of its components. She not only afraid to dream big, but views her daydream as achievable. Third point is autonomy. This woman like to be in control and isn't afraid to make decision by herself. She is comfortable with being alone and has confidence in her intelligence. She is a take charge person. This woman doesn't wait for someone else to act and doesn't second her guess or choice. Fourth one is intuitive. The woman entrepreneur trusts her instinct about her product or services, the market and her business management skill. She uses her instinct as well as her research and her knowledge to guide her business decision. She knows that her instinct will what set her apart from her competitors and will ultimately lead to her success. Fifth point is distinctive. People remember this woman. She is a distinctive. Her product or service is a distinctive, and her company is a stand alone. There is nothing ordinary her. Sixth one is planner. This woman not only devises and put down on paper her business plan, she follows it. She doesn't lose sight of her goals or method for reaching her goals. When she reaches a fork in the road, she might explore the alternate route and add to her business. However, she never forget her vision. Her business plan is a written version of the vision she sees her mind. 761 is risk taker. Starting a business isn't the first time woman has thrown the dice. She isn't afraid to bet everything on herself. She has been known to jump before. 8.1 is right. Failure is not an option for committed entrepreneurs. Bumps in the road will not set her back, but will steal her resolve. She is on a mission and knows she will get to her goals. Further presentation will be continued by Sumit.
There are many functions of women entrepreneurs. First one is planning. Planning is the basic managerial function of women entrepreneurs. It helps in determining the course of action for achieving various entrepreneurial objectives, like what to do, when to do, how to do, and who will do particular tasks. Second one is organizing. Every woman entrepreneur needs to person to look at the different aspects of enterprises. She set up the objectives, goals to be achieved by its personnel. The functions of organization is to arrange, guide, coordinate, direct, and control to activities of other factors of production, like main material, money, and machines, so as to accomplish the objectives of the enterprises. Third is staffing. Every woman entrepreneur has to perform the functions of staffing, which includes manpower planning, recruitment, selection, and training placement of manpower. Development, promotions, transfer, and appraisal the determination of employees' remuneration. Fourth is directing. Directing is the concern with carrying out the desired plans. It initiates organizing and planned activities and ensures effective performance by subordinates towards the accomplishment of group activities. Fifth one is leadership. A woman entrepreneur has to issue various orders, instructions, and guides their subordinates in their work to improve their performance and achieve enterprise's objectives. It is the ability to build up the confidence and zeal among peoples and who creates the urge in them to be a successful leader. She must possess the qualities of foresight, derived initiative, self-confidence, and personal integrities. Sixth is motivation. A woman entrepreneur has to provide us some personal initiative to the personal subordinates to motivate, pursue, and inspire them to contributing their best towards the achievement of enterprise's objectives. Seventh is supervision. After giving instructions, the woman's entrepreneurs has to see that the given instructions are carried by subordinates at work to get requirement and directed work done and to correct the subordinate whenever they go wrong. Eighth is coordination. Coordination is the one of the most important function. It creates a team spirit and helps in achieving goals through collective efforts to provide unity of actions in the pursuit common of objectives. Ninth is controlling. Controlling is the process that enables to get the policies implemented and takes corrective actions if the performance is not according to the predetermined standards. There are many problems faced by women entrepreneurs. Like first one is dual role of women work, dual role of to play at the workplace at home. Women have dual role in this society. One is that they are homemakers, and second one is they are also share the responsibilities of their husband in running the families. They also work inside the house and also outside the house and help their families to lead a happy life. Second one is subordinate to men. Subordinate to men act of placing a lower rank or positions. The refusal to allow women to be educated was part of society. Subordinate of to men, the act subordinating or a making dependent secretary or substituent. Just that her being woman. To me, feminism means working towards achieving global gender equality. Everyone is born equal regardless of gender, race. However, there are so many aspects of life in which peoples are not treated equally, like politically, economically, legally, and socially. Fourth is non-awareness of facilities provided by government. There are many facilities which needs to be provided for everyone, but women are not aware about the because of women are not getting interest. But government was try to making awareness in women for that schemes. Then next is competition with large scale units. A business can range from a single proprietor enterprises to a large corporations which employs thousands of the on scales of business organizations are classified as micro enterprises, small scale enterprises, large scale enterprises, public enterprises, and multinational corporations. In the articles, we will take a quick peek at large scale enterprises. Problems related to marketing. As the marketing field continues to change development, keeping up with the times can be difficult task. Marketing managers are faced with the challenges of managing and organizing their marketing terms and stages to perform successfully on every available marketing front. Further presentation will be continued by Janvi.
Remedies to solve the problems of women entrepreneurs. First one is a financial sales. In various public financial institutions and banks, special sales may be opened for providing easy finance to the women entrepreneurs. These sales should be made by women officers and clerks. Second one is marketing cooperatives. Encouragement and assistance should be provided to the women entrepreneurs for setting up cooperatives. These cooperatives will provide inputs for women enterprises and sells the product and at remunerative prices. Third one is the supply of raw materials. Scarce and imported raw materials may be made available to the women entrepreneurs on priority basis. A subsidies may also be given to the products manufactured by the women entrepreneurs. Next one is the education and awareness. It is necessary to change the negative social attitude towards the women. Elders need to be made aware of the potential of the girls and their due role in society. And the last one is the training facilities. Training and the skills are essential for the development of the entrepreneurship. Training schemes should be so designed that women can take full advantages. And the further presentation will be continued by the Pooja.
Women Association in India for the Development of Women Entrepreneurs. The growth and development of women entrepreneurs have accepted because entrepreneurial development is not possible without the active participation of women. So a suitable, the active participation of women, so a suitable environment has been created for the growth of women entrepreneurs as the importance of female entrepreneurs in India, increasing a number of institutions have emerged for support of women entrepreneurs. There is a following some association in India. First one is V Mission Kerala. The V Mission Kerala, which helps the women endeavor through comprehensive support measures to build more women entrepreneurship in Kerala. This mission helps to identify, promote, and support women entrepreneurs. Second one is Kerala State Women Development Corporation. The Kerala State Development Corporation encourage women to admission and confident about their success and dream. It provides them with the required support system that makes their needs. Financial dependence is a hurdle in the success of entrepreneurship. The organization has many schemes and policy to nourish the growing demand of the women of state. Third one is Federation of Women Entrepreneurs. Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs is a platform for women to help them with the industry, research, experience, skill development and training. FIWE brings women and common form and ensure that their opinion, ideas, and vision are taken up with policy mix and various other agencies respectively for the development of women entrepreneurship in India. Fourth one is SIDBI, stands for Small Industry Development Bank of India. It is a national level of institution which extend help for growth of small scale industry by women. This organization has introduced two special scams. These are Mahila Udyam Nidhi and second one is Mahila Vikas Nidhi. Further presentation will be continued by Indian women entrepreneurs. First one is Vandana Luthar, the founder of VLCC. Vandana Luthar is an Indian entrepreneur and the founder of VLCC Health Care Limited, a beauty and wellness conglomerate. This represented in Asia, the GCC and Africa. She is also the chairperson of Beauty and Wellness Sector Skills Council, an entity that provided training under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana scheme. Further presentation will be continued by Mittal.
Kiran Mazumdar she is the executive chairman and founder of Biocon Limited and Biocon Biology Limited, a biology technology company based in Bangalore, India. The former chairman of India Institute of Management, Bangalore. In 2014, she was awarded the Author Gold Medal for outstanding contribution to the process of science and chemistry. In 2019, she was listed as the 68th most powerful woman in the world by Forbes. Kiran Mazumdar is an Indian billionaire entrepreneur. After a brief period as a trainee manager at Biocon Biochemical Limited of Frog Island to learn more about the business, Kiran Mazumdar returned to India. She started a Biocon India in 1978 in a garage of her rented house in Bangalore with a seed capital of rupees 10,000. Although it was a joint venture, Indian law restricted foreign ownership to only 13% of company, which meant that 17% of company belonged to Kiran Mazumdar. Further presentation will be continued by Janvi.
The chairperson of Priya Paul, the chairperson of a park hotel. Priya Paul is one of the good examples among the many successful women entrepreneurs in the business world. Priya Paul is the director and a member of the group management committee of APJ Surendra and the chairperson of the Park Hotels, founded in the 1968. Currently, she is a member of the National Council of a Science Museum, the Advisor Council of a National Tourism, and the chairperson of the South Asia Women's Fund. She was appointed as VC of the WTTC for 2013. Indian Initiative Trustee and the Trustee of IFA means Indian Foundation of Arts. Priya Paul is ranked by Forbes in 2019 as one of Asia's 50 influential businesswomen. About APJ Surendra Group. APJ Surendra Group is India's oldest and the largest business conglomerate founded in 1910 by the late Pyare Lal. Intentionally, the business was in steel trading, small manufacturing, and then into the steel production. Later, it moved into the shipping, and afterward, their family added from the business such as hospitality, tea, real estate, finance, logistics, and many more. Priya Paul get awards. She got the Federation of the Hotel and the Restaurant Association of India Hall Fame Award in 2019. In the year 2012, confronted with the Padma Shri, one of the highest civilization honors of the India. In 2002, she was nominated from the Economics Times Award as the Business Person of the Year. In 2011, she was listed as India's 50 most powerful businesswomen by Fortune magazine. She received the Z Astitva Award in the year 2008 in the business category. Further presentation will be continued by the Sunil.
Falguni Nair. She is the founder of Nykaa. After working 20 years as an investment banker with Kotak Mahindra, she left the job to pursue her own dream. In 2012, she started a company Nykaa, which sells online cosmetic and wellness products today. The company has become so famous among Indian women. The company offers more than 850 brands and has introduced 35 physical stores in 2017. She got the title of Most Powerful Business by Business Today. She also received the Women Ahead Awards at the Economic Times. Since 2014, the company has been a partner with the Femina. Further presentation will be continued by Pooja.
Suchi Mukherjee. The company has been founded in October 2010. It sells a wide range of fashion and lifestyle-related products. Suchi Mukherjee is not just a founder of the company, but she also has become an economic face in India. In 2015, the company received Coolest Startup of the Year from Business Today. In 2012, Suchi Mukherjee created online clothing and lifestyle accessories marketplace and named LimeRoad. Today, this company is known as the Indian most stylish online shopping website for men and women. She graduated in economics and went to economic school in London to pursue a master finance degree. If we talk about this achievement, she received many awards like Coolest Startup of the Year, Informed Woman of the Year, Digital Business, and Informed Startup Award. Further presentation will be continued by Vitali.
Conclusion. It can be said that today we are in a better position where women participation in the field of entrepreneurship is increasing at a considerable rate. Efforts are being taken at the economy as broad promises equality of opportunity in all the phrase to the Indian women. And law generated equal rights of participation in political process and equal opportunity and right in education and employment were enacted. But unfortunately, the government-sponsored development activity has defined only a small section. Example, the urban middle class women. Women sector occupies nearly 45% of Indian population. At this juncture, effective steps are needed to provide entrepreneurial awareness, orientation and skill development program to women. The role of women entrepreneurs in economic development is also being recognized and steps are being taken to promote women entrepreneurship. Now, I would like to thank our college management for giving this opportunity. I would like to thank my Assistant Professor Pooja Tiwari ma'am for guiding us in preparing this presentation. I will extend thanks to all the team members for cooperation. Thank you.